to All Over the Stands, where every stadium has a story. We're starting right here with GeoGuessr games here on the channel. This one, the World Football Stadiums by Fanatics, that will take us around to the world's most legendary venues, from local gems to global icons. It's just the beginning of the channel, folks. We will be hitting the road soon, visiting stadiums around the globe, driving into the culture, the supporters, from football, or soccer as we say in the United States, to American football, to rugby, baseball, and beyond. So bringing you the sights and sounds. This is All Over the Stands. Hit subscribe, join the journey. We're going to be playing some GeoGuessr for a little bit. Probably do some predictions for the upcoming football leagues, primarily England, Germany, etc. And then we'll even do American football predictions. Maybe second half of baseball predictions. So we'll be doing different stadium games. The majority of the GeoGuessr games will be doing football stadiums around the world, but we'll also be doing other ones, maybe American venues. We're going to do this one as a no time limit moving challenge. The play along link for those of you that want to play along will be in the comments down below. And we're just going to get right into it, and we're going to learn a little bit more about these stadiums. Cyrillic, the first round, and mixed domestic waste. Okay. All right. We have PFC. An interesting looking stadium. Ticket window. Interesting looking floodlights. My first guess would be like Ukraine or Russia on this, but not entirely sure. Let's see if we can see. You can actually see into the ground here with the sprinklers and all. You know, if you want to get a glimpse of the game, that's what you're going to do. You're going to stand there. If you don't have money for a ticket, you're going to stay at one of these gates. But interesting looking floodlights. So let's try to find out where this club is, this stadium, and learn a little more. Wonder what's going on over there. All right. Well, let's see what this car said here. Nope, that's not going to work. .eu, autorec.eu. Parking zone. So we've got English and Cyrillic, which makes for an interesting. Wonder. It's a little interesting here. All right, where could we be? Could this be? All right. Out on the main road is where we are. We've got towers, hotels, and all right, Bulgaria is where we are. Varna and Sofia. So we're in Bulgaria. I don't think this is like Ludogorets or anything like that, but we're going to find out. We got 6 to the 9, 136 kilometers to Varna. So we are in Bulgaria. The 6. Sliven, maybe. Maybe we're in the town of city of Sliven. I don't see the 9, but I'm going to guess that we are here. And I'm not going to take too much time up for this. Six and the 9. Make 69, I guess. so I guess the 6 is also the E871. But I don't see the 9. That's kind of an issue, right? Alrighty. So we're in Burgas. Burgas is where we are. So it's in the wrong town. Burgas. What is the football club in Burgas? Not really sure. We'll find out. But I think this might be it. Maybe. Maybe not. Kaufland. Maybe this is it. The Lazur. That's where we are. The Lazur Stadium. So, who plays at the Lazur Stadium? We're going to find out. Stadion Lazur, the sports stadium. The FBet Arena is currently used for football matches in the home ground of Neftochimik 1962 Burgas. If you've heard of this club, let us know in the comments down below. The Greens founded in January of 2015, 10 years ago. The capacity of the ground is 18,037, and they are in the third league of the Bulgarian setup. So it's interesting because it's been used for a Champions League match against Spartak Moscow. And there we are. So Lazur Stadium. It's also hosted national team matches as recently as 2007 in a friendly against Wales. There's Ludogorets is played here, Super Cup final, and it's a UEFA Category 3 stadium. I'm not really sure what that means. Somebody could probably let me know. I am just an American exploring the world of stadiums. I love stadiums. This is an interesting stadium because they got interesting floodlights. Look at that. So I'm not sure what side of the stadium we were on, but there we are. The whatever it's called now, the FBet Arena. Burgas. Neftochimik 1962 Burgas. All right, so there we are. Hopefully you got that one right. It is Wednesday, what is today? The 16th of July? Yeah, it's the 16th of July. We're playing this game, and the Europa League starts. The Champions League starts. Take a look to see who is playing today, folks. Take a little break. Major League Soccer. Anybody interested in Major League Soccer? We've got games today. Atlanta United, Chicago Fire, Charlotte, and DC United. Is Inter Miami playing today? They doesn't look like they're playing today, so no Inter Miami. Italy beat Norway 2-1. Linfield and Shelbourne drew 1-1. And speaking of Ludogorets, it's interesting as I bring this up, because currently as I'm playing this game, it is 2-2 Ludogorets and Dynamo Minsk, whatever you want to say. Tonight we got Liga MX, which is the Mexican League, America versus Tijuana, and Santos Laguna versus Toluca. So there we are tomorrow. Maybe as most of you are playing this game, we got Sweden and England in the Women's Euros. So let me know if you're following that. And we got Europa League games. We've got the Finnish club of Ilves versus Shakhtar Donetsk. And Sheriff, which featured in yesterday's game, last episode, is playing Pristina. And Conference League, we've got St. Patrick's playing tomorrow. If you go to any of these matches or you're attending any of the matches or any friendlies, let us know in the comments down below. That's kind of like our update. We'll be doing this as this goes on. We'll probably do predictions. We'll have some fun with this channel. We'll just see where this takes us. But stadiums is the key. Every stadium has a story. This one is Limburg. And Limburg in Stadion with the license plate. Looks like it's Netherlands, excuse me. De Gellicart. So who plays Limburg? I guess plays here. Parkstad Limburg. Okay, interesting. Again, another stadium with interesting looking floodlights. So now we just need to find out who plays at this stadium. So we're staying in Europe for this so far in the World Football Stadiums game. Heineken Ingang. Not sure which way I should go on this one. Or what are the clues? Park Stad Limburg. It's like a grocery. They're probably on the wrong side of the ground. That interesting. We got restaurants and all kinds of goodies on this side of the stadium. The Stadion. All right, so what do we have here? The chocolate company. Nederland. So we're in the Netherlands. Vibakstraat. Take a look at this car real quick because I get sidetracked. Look at that car. That's an Aston Martin. How about that? You get an Aston Martin on this. All over the stands. All over the stands. Well, let's see what we got here. The Venga Boys. La Bouche. London Beat. Millie. Millie Vanilli. Boom, boom, boom. What's that song in the Milli Vanilli? Blame it on the rain. Should have like a. That's the other thing. I will say this. I'm kind of looking. I gotta look for. Trying to look for this location. I don't know why I can't find it here. Blame it on the rain. Yeah, yeah. Gotta blame it on something. We're gonna blame it on the Dutch. Alright, I'm not sure why I'm having issues with this one. Soccer Arena Leisure Dome, or Leisure Dome as we say. Alright, we're gonna leave here. Okay, so one of the things I always want to do is announce at a stadium, be an announcer. I've never done that, but I'd love to. The other thing is like set up the playlist. Love to be able to set up a playlist. Playing like, I played Milli Vanilli. All right, let's take it back to the time that once was the 1990s. All right, I saw Eindhoven. I think we're down here somewhere. Right here. Don't think this is it. All right, the 281. Maybe we're over here. And there it is. 281's right next to Parkstad Limburg Stadion. So let's go here. And that's where we are. Parkstad Limburg Stadion in Kerkrade, completed in 2000. The capacity of this stadium, which is a pretty cool looking stadium, is 19,979. There it is. Pretty cool looking football ground. This. If you've been to the stadium, let us know. The operator is Roda JC. Founded 63 years ago, and they are in the Eerste Divisie in the Netherlands. So Roda is the town, Roda is the team, the club. When I talk about the lights, that's what you kind of see. That's you walk down, you get excited, right? As a kid, you'd see the glow of those lights, especially in the evening, and you know you're going to something fun, whether that's football, American football, baseball, rugby. We talked about that earlier in our earlier episode. All right, third round. I'm going to have to speed this one up a little bit, speed this episode. I do like to explore, I like to take my time, but, you got to move along. Not everybody wants these long, drawn-out rounds, but I wanted to get... I feel like this is Europe once again, folks. I want to get in all the Carlos Tartier. Estadio Municipal Carlos Castromojo. All right. España, maybe? Well, let's see what's on this sign here. La Florida. It's not Florida. Wonder if there's any like American. If it's American stadium, football stadium, we'll get one because I see Florida here. So let's look to Spain. Where is Florida? I think Florida's over here somewhere, but I could be wrong. Florida. Where is Florida? Toledo, Guadalajara. Alright, that's not going to work for me because it's just taking too long. So, let's... They're going to be in the north somewhere. So I was just thinking of something here. Oh man. All right. Aviles. Where are we? Where are we here? There it is, Aviles. Are we here? I don't know. That's not the stadium. Deportivo. Well, let's go down here to Oviedo. There it is. Estadio Carlos Tartier. Real Oviedo. So, all right. Always zooms out. Why is it zooming out? And there we are. Estadio Carlos Tartier. It's a multi-use stadium in Oviedo, Spain. Capacity of 30,500. It's the 17th largest stadium in Spain. And it was constructed in 1998. So there we are. international matches. Has it played in a couple? 2001. And let's take a FIFA World Cup qualification. It's pretty interesting. And let's take a quick look at it. Real Oviedo is in the... are they in La Liga? Yeah, no, Segunda. They were promoted. Okay, so they were promoted. So let's take a quick look at the stadium from the inside, since I should be doing that. That's pretty cool. There it is there. Pretty nice stadium, this one. I like this one. I would definitely visit this. If you've been to this stadium, let us know. We're going to the 4th round. Let's see where we wind up. Oof. Not many advertisements on this one. This could be anywhere in the world. This doesn't look familiar to me, but I have no idea this stadium, folks. This has got no advertisements. It has blue and white flags. Very just ordinary. And I don't know. Faded some there. I'm thinking Africa for this one. I can't make out the flags here at all. So this is going to be a wrong guess, but we're going to figure out which one this is. Looks like stripes maybe on the flag, but I can't really... make that out at all. So I don't know. I don't know what this is. Mountains to the south. The lights are on the roof. And I'm going to guess Libreville. This is what happens. We're learning. Wow, I didn't realize. Maybe I didn't take a look at the number plates. We're at the Olympic Stadium in Athens. I couldn't get much further from that one. That's crazy. So the Athens, wow, Olympic Stadium, I guess. Well, it kind of makes sense because of the blue and the. It just didn't look familiar to me, which is nuts. It's a UEFA 5. God, it says 5. It's a 5-star stadium. The Champions League between Panathinaikos and Inter. That tells you how much I know about Greek football, or what I see of Greek football. Spirios Louis, 75,000, built for the 1982 European Athletics. It, let's see what it held here. Like, what does it? The owner is the government of Greece. Operators. Oh, okay. It's a lot of history here. But yeah, it just looks ordinary. I don't know. The Champions League. Okay, so it hosted the Champions League final. Yeah, that makes sense between Milan and Liverpool. Ooh, not a good one. But a plain design for me. Just a plain Jane design. Nothing special. But Michael Jackson's performed here. Pink Floyd, Shakira, U2, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Coldplay. We've had UEFA 2007, 1994. It's a lot of history here. Frank Sinatra, how about that? Even Frank Sinatra has performed here. The Rolling Stones. So the stadium has history. The stadium definitely has history. Made the Greek national team. And yeah, a little disappointing, I guess, for me on this one. But there we are. We're off to the next. And what do we have to wind up this World Football Stadiums tour? Pink seats. Are they cushy? I don't know. They look cushy to me. Say like Capri? No. Capri Sun? Getting World Football Stadiums, but we got rugby. So whoever's following rugby or that rugby, we got one rugby stadium here. Capri Sun. Aren't Capri Suns those little juice boxes? I remember having this as a kid. Poke the hole in it. It's like little pouches full of, what are they? The pouches full of sugar and sugary drinks. Capri Suns on a hot summer day. Okay, so this is France. It says Stade France, Paris, France, and these seats just might be covered for this, I guess. Okay, that's something you don't see too often anymore. Reading a newspaper, the sports page, that was another fascinating thing with me, is reading the paper, the sports page, as we call it in the United States. I would read it all the time. So how many of you did that? I would always, it's like, that's how I found out how to get to these games, right? Like, where are the games? Find it in the newspaper. So I don't know if that's still such a thing today in Europe or anywhere else in the world. Let us know. But Paris is where we are. I'm not sure of this stadium at all. So for the sake of time, I was just going to take a quick look and just drop it. It's PSG Stadium. And I think we're right next to it. And we are. Stade Jean Bouin. So let's look this one up. A multi-purpose use stadium. So even though it's World Football Stadiums, we get one. Maybe this is, okay, Paris FC plays here. So that's, okay, so Rugby Union and League One Association Football Club Paris FC is located right next to the stadium of PSG, which is pretty interesting. Capacity 20,000, opened in 1925, expanded in 1975 and 2011, and the current home of Paris FC, the Blues, founded 55 years ago. So pretty interesting that. So, are they Ligue 1? Ligue 1? It says artificial turf. I'm not sure if it is or not. Wouldn't think so. But maybe it is. Is that artificial turf? Please let us know in the comments down below. Pretty cool stadium, though. This one's a pretty cool one. And this wraps up World Football Stadium. So if you've been in these places, let us know. We did get a pretty much a European game once again. We'll have to do another World Football Stadiums game here on All Over the Stands. We'll also do by country. So we'll be doing Scotland, probably upcoming soon. We'll be doing probably Norway, Finland, Germany, France, United States. So stay tuned. If you got any requests, we will be playing rugby stadiums. We will be getting there. But if you got any other requests, let us know in the comments down below. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, cheers.